There's a lot of great tutorials already out there going through the steps for making brushes in specific art programs, but not a lot is usually said about how to make your brushes actually turn out looking good. Knowing how to create a brush is a good start, but you also need to learn what shapes you should use for them and what types of settings you should add in order to make something worth using. I'm in Photoshop, but my advice here should be mostly general to any app or program that allows you to create and edit your brushes. You'll learn a lot by dissecting your favorite brushes that you've downloaded or that are a default in your program. In other words, reversing the process of making them. Choose a brush, and then go into that brush's settings and turn everything off, so that when you use the brush, it will only stamp the original shape that it started from. Now you know what shape you would have needed in order to make this brush yourself. You can repeat this with a lot of brushes, and eventually you'll have a good reference for what shapes work for achieving different effects. I remember once trying to make my own one-sided brush like this one, but I just couldn't get it right because I didn't know what the base shape should look like. But now I know exactly what kind of shape works for this, and am able to recreate it myself. As you remove all of the brush settings, pay attention to and test the difference that each option makes. The more you understand these adjustments, the easier it will be to use them as you make your own brushes. The basic aspects of a brush's shape, like the width and height, have a lot of influence on what the brush will be good for. Often, shapes that are very narrow are used for a streaky paintbrush look, for making a rake brush, or for a brush that can make calligraphy-style lines. Chunkier shapes tend to make for good general, multi-purpose painting brushes, and you should keep in mind that if you have a texture inside a wider shape like this, these gaps might not show up like they would with a narrow brush shape. Instead, you would either need to make the texture much more prevalent, or add it in later as an adjustment rather than a part of the base shape. You can make representative shapes, like leaves, windows, or whatever you would find useful, and in this case, adjustments like spacing and scattering will be especially helpful and important. A window brush without adjusted spacing looks like this, but by increasing the spacing, the windows no longer overlap. You might notice that a lot of brushes have pretty distinct textures and patterns that probably couldn't be made by painting a shape with simple default brushes. For this, you might like to try bringing in photos and then pulling shapes from them. Your method for creating brush shapes out of these images will depend on what your program lets you do, and in Photoshop, I tend to use color range, levels, and blending modes like subtract. You can also still always use your brushes to make new ones from, just painting a new shape. It's quite fun to just try things and see how it ends up. You could make a brush out of something really weird, and who knows, it could turn out being really cool and useful. There is only so much control you have over what the outcome will be, and so a lot of making brushes is really just trying things and seeing what happens. I really like to play around with the dual brush option that Photoshop has. Not sure if many other programs have this as well, but you can get neat results by adding the texture of one brush onto the shape of another. When you have a decent understanding of the brush settings in your program, you might just want to make modifications to brushes you already have rather than make everything from scratch. One of my favorite brushes for painting is the same shape as this one I got from a random brush pack I downloaded once, and I just changed a few settings to make something new out of it. My go-to drawing brush is also made from the most basic default round brush. I couldn't really find a brush that felt right to me for drawing, so customizing one to be exactly what I wanted was a lot easier than digging through more brush packs and being unsatisfied with everything I tried. If you're interested, here is another video about brushes. Thanks for watching!